most rewarding thing about what I do is the people that I get to meet, the people that I get to share this with. You just meet so many interesting people and you see how much it changes their lives and affects people's lives in a positive way. That's what I love. I knew everyone in the town, the city I grew up in. Everyone was like, what the heck is going on? You're just gonna get up and leave. Leaving my family, leaving everyone that I knew. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it or not. I had saved up a little bit of money and I just said, I'm gonna do this. Went back and that week, broke up with my girlfriend about a couple weeks later and moved out to LA, you know? Told my mom I'm out. Training under Rickson Gracie was an amazing experience. What I got from it is that you really understood the principles and the ideas and the philosophy of Jiu-Jitsu, which that's when I think one of the things that he really tried to instill in a lot of his students was to help the students to have like more of a profound knowledge of Jiu-Jitsu, a deep understanding of it. So I was really fortunate to be able to study and train under him for so long. He's considered pretty much a living legend, you know. He's the best in our respective martial art in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not by a little bit, but you know, by a long ways. It's crazy how humbling it is when you first start training Jiu-Jitsu, because you have guys that are half your size or guys you think, oh, I could probably take this guy, or guys that don't even look in shape, guys that are skinny. I was a strong, tough kid already, but to have guys just play with me like I was nothing, I feel like, gosh, at any time this guy wants, he can end it. He can, you know, do what he wants to me. Some people are frustrated by that and some people are motivated. I was like, I've got to learn this. This is what I want to do. I was fortunate to receive my black belt, I think, under the highest standards out there. I had the pleasure and the honor of being able to train with the best guy in the world for 15 years. I don't think there's too many people that have had put in the time with Rickson that I have. Rickson always used to say, invincible, it doesn't mean that you can beat everyone, but it means that you can't be beaten, which is a really cool way of looking at it. The real understanding of Jiu-Jitsu is that you don't need strength or power to be able to do anything. It's a little bit more timing and just understanding the technique. As long as you know what you're doing, you should be able to overcome anyone, no matter how big or how strong, and that's the idea. A lot of schools you can go and they'll teach you a bunch of techniques, but they can't teach you the fundamentals of Jiu-Jitsu that give you like a really deep understanding of what Jiu-Jitsu is about. There's all these little details that are missing that really make Jiu-Jitsu effective and magical. I always describe Jiu-Jitsu as full contact chess, because that's what it is. It's knowing the movements, knowing how to move, and knowing how to counter your opponent's movements. You know, when you get really high level at Jiu-Jitsu, everything your opponent does, even if it's the right thing, you can make it into a mistake. If you can't get hurt, nobody can finish you. You're never in a position where you can take damage. Then who cares if you walk away from the fight without a scratch, you know, without anything happening to you. And that's the idea, you know.
Get in a fight with a guy that's 300 pounds and the guy can't do anything to you. You know, after 20 minutes, you walk away without any scratches, then that's a victory.
It's a very, very humbling martial art. People always have egos, and that's very, very destructive. I know when I was younger and before I really started training and really got good, I had a little bit of an ego myself, and I always wanted to test myself. I got into some situations in some bars, and it ended up escalating. It was when I was younger and still learning about life. At the time, I was a little bit more stubborn. I'm spending all this time training in the gym. Does this stuff really work? It was like almost having like superpowers, you know? I would get into fights and you could walk away and just totally dominate someone without even getting hurt, without even having a scratch. I hurt a couple guys pretty bad, and you know, it's something that I really regret, but it was also, you know, it was a big life lesson for me. It was a big learning experience for me, and it really changed my life. After that, I was like, man, I never really want to use this in the wrong way. Like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility, you know, and it's when you're training in a martial art that is this effective, you really have the possibility to injure someone and damage someone, and you know, you can take someone's life very easily. So, you know, I'm always very, very cautious about using it, and also making sure like I don't want to hurt anyone, you know, use it in the right way. It's a blessing to have the knowledge. I came from a little bit of a scientific background. Every time I would train, I would always try to break down jiu-jitsu and ask, okay, what's going on here? What position am I in? What's he doing to stop me? After a certain point, I was able to start teaching myself, and I would be able to fix my own mistakes, you know, just from understanding the basics. It's like in math, once you know how to add and subtract and multiply and divide, you can solve very, very complicated problems. And I think once you understand the basics of jiu-jitsu, you know, you can kind of figure out what to do. That's one of the things I always try to teach to my students. When you understand the foundation, the principles, and the philosophies, a lot of times you can apply those to whatever situation. I love to teach, and I love to pass on the knowledge and share what I've learned. And I see how much it changes people and how much it benefits people. It'd be a shame if it, you know, didn't get passed on. I just loved training. It's never something I did with an end goal in mind, like this is what I want to do. Like, I did it because I loved it. I learned so much in life through being an instructor, being a teacher, and just doing jiu-jitsu itself. Yeah, in a way, for me, it is spiritual, because I think when you say spiritual, it's helped me to become a better person. You know, which I think, like in a spiritual sense, that's what all spirituality tries to do, is try to help teach people to become better human beings. So it's definitely helped me to become a better human being. But yeah.